Madam Secretary, thank you for being here today to provide this testimony. I'm going to ask you a question that relates to the implementation of the Accountability Review Board recommendations. But before I do that, I want to express what I think is a widely shared sentiment today, both by way of gratitude and commendation for your work. We don't have time today to do a full listing of all the achievements that you should get credit for, but I'll mention maybe two or three in light of the work that you've done and some of the work we've done together. The terribly difficult challenge in dealing with and reducing the flow of calcium ammonium nitrate from Pakistan into Afghanistan, which finds its way into the roadside bombs that kill our troops, known more popularly as IEDs. And I want to thank you for that work. The work that was mentioned by Senator Boxer and others on behalf of women throughout the world, but also women and girls, particularly in Afghanistan. And maybe thirdly, even though we're still in the throes of responding to the challenge in Syria, the great work that you've done on humanitarian assistance and other elements of that strategy that we've worked together on. And also I want to commend not just the approach, but the words you spoke today about not retrenching, not retreating, when it comes to getting that balance right between engagement and also security, both high priorities. I was struck by, and I'm glad you were so specific on page 3 of your testimony about the specifics on implementation, 29 recommendations by the board, which now has found its way into, or I should say, which now is a set of 64 specific action items. And you said in your testimony, quote, fully 85% are on track to be completed by the end of March, with a number completed already. I guess I'd ask you one question about that and then one follow-up. What, if any, impediments to implementation do you perceive right now? And are there impediments to meeting those deadlines that this committee and the Congress can help you with by way of meeting that deadline and implementation?
Well, thank you, Senator, and let me thank you for those three topics you covered, and particularly your very clear focus on the IED problem and the ammonium nitrate problem in Pakistan. You and I have talked about this. You've gone there, I've gone there and carried that message, and I thank you for making it an issue. Let me say that we need your help. We need your help, number one, to hold us accountable, to keep asking whoever sits in this chair or anybody else in the department with any responsibility in this area, what are you doing and how are you doing it? And it'll help to clear up misconceptions like no, our recommendations have ever been fully implemented, which I know is not the case, but it will also help to keep driving the change. I really believe that an authorization process will dramatically change the dynamic, and I strongly urge it be tried. And again, I go back to my Armed Services Committee experience with Senator McCain over those years. We had subcommittees. We took it very seriously. We held hearings. We brought people in. We had a 3-day markup that was sacrosanct, but we also had the Quadrennial Defense Review, the QDR, where the Defense Department submitted that, and it helped to provide a framework. So when I got to the State Department, I said, there is nothing like that at the State Department. So I started the first ever Quadrennial Diplomacy and Development Review, the first ever QDDR. You can help me continue that and make the department have to ask the hard questions if you legislate it the way the QDR is legislated for the Defense Department. Secondly, you can help by making sure that the needs we come to you with, like what are the training needs, the budgetary needs, the bureaucratic changes that are needed, that you help support that. And certainly we've talked a little bit about the budget, but getting that transfer authority, if you can help us with the House, it's $1.4 billion. Marine Security Guard detachment, $553 million. We've been closely coordinating with DOD. Historically, Marine security guards do not do personal security. They only do protection of classified materials. So we're working through what the guards will do and how we can use more of them. Secondly, more diplomatic security personnel, $130 million. That would fund an additional 155 DS personnel and related equipment. And then facility construction and upgrades, $736 million. We're going to have periodic reviews by these teams I started, the Defense, State, Interagency Security Assessment Teams. We're going to start a high-threat post review by the Secretary, which had not happened before. We're going to strengthen the mutual security agreements between the State Department and other government agencies when they are not co-located. We had a very good relationship with the annex in Benghazi. We helped them, they helped us, but there wasn't anything that was, it was more on the ground, working together. It wasn't part of an overall template. So there's a lot that I think we can take from this, because, you know, I told Ambassador Pickering and Admiral Mullen, put it out there. You know what, I want to know more than anybody what happened. Don't hold any punches. Tell us what the facts are. But now we have to act on it, or shame on us.